Okay. Hey y'all, welcome back to A Cup of Tea. In today's video, we are going to be talking about timeline anxiety. Now, if you're not familiar with what that is, it's pretty much the pressure of meeting certain life milestones by certain ages. So we're gonna be talking all about that today and how we can reprogram our minds to get out of that way of thinking, because it's really toxic to your mental health and damaging overall to your self-esteem. So we're gonna talk about ways to get through that, understanding what it is, why we think this way, and just have a little chit chat yip yap. So I have my MacBook here so I can stay on course and actually stay on point with all the little notes that I have. And then I have my tea, my green tea with my vanilla soy milk here, so that I can have my little tea to sip on while we get into the tea. So, why did it just make that sound? Sounds like my tea is whistling, y'all. That's a little different. Anyways, so if you've ever felt like you're behind in life, this video is definitely for you. I feel like everybody feels this way. To be honest, I feel like so many people that I talk to, a lot of my friends, we all kind of have felt this at some point in our lives. I feel like I'm finally at a point in life, at least right now, today, sometimes it varies. I feel like I'm at a point in life where I'm comfortable with where I'm at. I'm confident and at peace with where I am in life right now and where my life is going. I'm grateful for everything that God has blessed me with, everything that I have achieved thus far. I'm really blessed to have experienced the things that I've experienced in life and to be where I am right now in life, and I'm super duper appreciative. But so often I have struggled with the thoughts of not feeling like I am where I should be. Before I get a little bit deeper into the video, I want to start by saying I know that this is not a vlog, and I know that y'all have been seeing nothing but vlogs on my page, but we're not going to talk about that. That's okay. This is going to be common content as well. We're going to have little sit down, chit chat, yip yaps, where I will talk about different topics like mental health. We'll talk a little bit about, things that affect us as humans on a regular, because I feel like I've been through a lot of different things that I can help shed some light or share, so that y'all really feel like y'all aren't alone, because life is hard. It's rough. It be lifing. And sometimes I feel like in social media, we don't see enough realness of like people being real about like different emotions or experiences in life. And we need to highlight some of these topics and have a discussion and be more open, because we all be going through it and we're all living this life for the first time, trying to navigate it. And we should have each other's backs and help each other out where we can. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into it a little deeper. Yeah. I personally am someone who has always wanted to have a clear-cut plan of how life is supposed to go. So, I'll share a little backstory of my own. So most of my life I spent studying the performing arts. I went to school for theater arts specifically. When I did go to college, I studied theater arts. It's what I got my bachelor's degree in. My plan was to get my bachelor's degree, move to Atlanta, work in the television and film industry for a couple of years. After getting a couple of years of experience, the plan was going to be to move to England to get my master's degree in performance, and then live my best life as an actor for both film and stage. So a good chunk of my life, that was the course of action for me, and the main thing that I focused on. I had this clear-cut plan in my head of how my life was supposed to look, by what age I was supposed to be married and have kids and all of that. And I thought I'd already have kids and a family by now. For even more context, I am currently 26. I turned 27 in 2 weeks, I think. Yeah, my birthday is coming up in a couple of weeks. And by the time y'all see this, it'll probably be like a week. And don't try to clock me, because I know y'all just saw my vlog for my birthday last year, but that was last year. Y'all are currently living in the past. This is currently present day. But I'm 26 years old. I definitely thought I would have had my career figured out, my life figured out, and just had it all figured out by now. And something that I realized along the way is that although, you know, we do have a lot of control over what, you know, happens in our lives and the different decisions that we make, we're only co-creators in this life, y'all. And I know we all have different, you know, perspectives on that, and this video isn't all about that, but I personally do believe that God has greater plans for my life than I could ever imagine, which is why, you know, I have come to the point that I'm at now of feeling confident and calm and at peace with where I am right now, because I know that where I am right now is where I'm supposed to be. And the same goes for you. Although you might have these goals and aspirations and dreams, if they're on your heart, they're there for a reason, but also do realize that it's okay to change your mind. It's okay for things to not go according to plan. And it's okay for things to go off track, because it's going to redirect you towards something so much more beautiful. And I mean that with every ounce of my being. A big part of why I stopped performing and stopped acting and stopped, you know, pursuing that life course that I had before is because a huge event happened, a freaking pandemic, COVID happened. So I did graduate in peak COVID times. I graduated in 2020, and I did still move to Georgia, but of course with the pandemic being a thing, it wasn't super duper realistic for me to work in the industry. It just wasn't, you know, there weren't really job opportunities for me. The living situation for me out there was not the best, and I wasn't happy. So I did end up moving back home, staying with my dad, and these are things that, like, I never wanted to do. I didn't want to move back home after moving out, and, like, you know, things didn't go according to plan. And then in that time of me having all of that space, I realized that I don't know if this is something that I want to do with my life anymore. Although I spent so much time studying the arts and, you know, dancing, singing, acting, doing all of the things, I don't know if this is what I want for my life. And once I had that realization, I was like, okay, I need to start trusting in the fact that, you know, maybe I don't have it all figured out, and maybe that's okay. And if you can relate, you know, let's chat in the comments. First of all, let's connect. But I feel like it's a common thing that happens, and I think that so many people think that in your 20s you're supposed to have it all figured out and you're supposed to know exactly what you want to do with your life, and, you know, have everything figured out to a T, but that's just not realistic. There is so much self-discovery that happens in your 20s that I feel like so many people don't talk about. Like, I feel like I am literally becoming like the most in tune and in touch with myself in the past few years than I have ever been in life, setting me up to get into my 20s, you know? And I don't know, I'm grateful. I'm filled with so much gratitude because things didn't go according to the plan that I wanted, but I have never been happier in my life. And that's just a fact. So let's talk about how the world around us affects our perception of where we're supposed to be. So I do feel like a huge part of why we feel disconnected and feel like we are supposed to be 10 steps ahead at certain points in our life is because of what we see on social media. And, you know, I'm gonna be real with y'all. I don't even have any social, hello, can I speak? Y'all, I feel like every time I try to talk to y'all, I be having one functioning brain cell, and I'm like, am I okay? Am I doing okay? I don't know. I'm tired, y'all. I'm tired. I'm so tired. My tea is still whistling, like, but, Okay, I did my big one with this because it is so freaking good. It is so freaking good. But anyways, what even was I talking about? Like, hello? Yeah, so I'm gonna be real with y'all. I don't have any other forms of social media really besides YouTube. I do have a little secret TikTok that I'll eventually get on and start using as my TikTok for a cup of tea. And I will eventually use Instagram as well. It's just, y'all, like, I feel like it wasn't even a situation of me necessarily, let me not even play. So I feel like a good chunk of my life being on those platforms, I feel like it opens up the doors for comparison, and you're comparing where you're at in life to other people around you. Maybe not even other people around you or people you've known from the past, but even if it's celebrities or content creators or influencers or whatever, and you see them having like the dream job, the dream car, the high-rise apartment, the this, the that, the third, and you're thinking in your mind like, damn, why don't I have that? Why am I not that successful yet? Why is it like this? And the truth of the matter is, no matter whose page you're watching, whether it's a content creator or influencer or whatever, or a friend that you knew back in elementary school or middle school living their best life, you're only seeing snapshots of that person's life. You don't know what's going on in that person's life behind closed doors. And what if you don't even really want what they have? I think a real question that a lot of us fail to sit with is, what does success look like to me? What does success feel like to me? Because it's so different for every person out there. Nobody is living your life, and that's the truth. We are all on our own separate journeys where we all might have different connections with other people, where we might have common goals or common things that we want for our lives, but nobody has gone through the same exact life experiences as you, and nobody else is going to be the same person that you are. So like, let's keep it a stack, y'all. Like, there's no point in comparing where you're at to somebody else, and your level of success might not be the same as theirs, and that is okay. That is okay. I feel like what success means to you should really be figured out. Like, you should really take some time to sit with yourself and just figure out, what does success look like to me? What makes me happy? And I think that's really where that answer should stem from. It shouldn't stem from something that's materialistic. It shouldn't stem from something that's like, okay, well, success looks like having $1 million and da 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 da. Yeah, money is nice, Pookie, but like, let's be real. What makes you happy? Yeah, money makes people happy, but money is not the end all be all. I've known so many people who have had so much money and come into an immense amount of wealth, and then they're not happy at the end. Some people even end their lives, right? So it's like, obviously money is not the root of happiness. So besides that, what brings you joy genuinely from your core and lights you up inside? Lord, my bangs. As I was saying before, I feel like when you genuinely take that time to figure out what genuinely makes you happy, then you're able to answer that question of, what does success mean to me? What does success look like to me? I feel like happiness for me and success for me looks like getting to spend time with my loved ones on a regular basis, getting to travel frequently, going to Disney and Universal Studios, and spending that time with my loved ones, but also getting to have deep, intimate conversations with strangers sometimes, and sharing words of wisdom and sharing life stories and inspiring other people, and getting the opportunity to build a community on here would look like success to me. Even if that community isn't millions of people bringing me in 6 figures, a year, like, as long as I get to touch at least one person and inspire at least one person to keep going each day, I know that leaves me feeling fulfilled, that leaves my heart full, and that leaves me with feeling successful. I would leave this planet tomorrow knowing that I feel successful. I already do. And I remember so much just like another sidebar that's personal. I remember so much of my life growing up, I used to have conversations with my mom about not feeling successful and questioning my why as to why I'm here. And she was really my biggest cheerleader and supporter. And most of my life, unfortunately, most of my life and the time that she was here, I did not like myself, didn't love myself at all, was a sad girly. And she always would tell me, T, you are already successful. You are so successful. And I didn't see it then, but I see it now. And although I might not be this person who's making 6 figures and living in a high-rise apartment with a Benz and whatever, I am a super successful person and I am proud of myself. So with that being said, you are doing great and you are exactly where you are supposed to be. And you shouldn't question your why. You know, I feel like there's so much more life left for you to live and there's so much more for you to experience. Don't let what might seem like a norm in your head or society or the world around you or other people even that might be close to you make you feel like you're not where you're supposed to be or like you're behind in life. Because like I was saying before, nobody else is you. Your life is your own. Your life is your own and nobody else is going to be living your life for you. It's just you. So it's important for you to make it one that you love and enjoy each step of the journey, because that's really the fun part. And I know that's so cringe to hear probably, and it sounds so cliche, but it's genuinely the truth. Each part of the journey is shaping you to be the person that is that successful version of you, that dream you, that future you is shaping you for that. And you don't want to rush that process. You are going to get to exactly where you belong and where you want to be. But just understand that it's okay to take the time to rest, to change your mind, and there's nothing wrong with that. The growth journey, healing journey is not linear at all. And yeah, that is all right. But you take your time, babe, and you get there when you get there. And don't let anybody tell you otherwise, because you're doing great. You're doing great. And if you haven't heard it enough, what did I say? You're doing great. Thank you. So with that being said, so just because your dream life and the things that you want for your life hasn't happened yet doesn't mean that it never will. And because some things might seem delayed, it's not necessarily a bad thing. I feel like a delay or something that might seem like a closed door is divine redirection, or even just protection from something that is not meant for you. So always, always, always keep those little 2 tidbits in mind. I didn't want to forget to say that, because that is a major key that I had down here. But yeah, I hope that y'all enjoyed this video. I know that it's very different from the vloggy vlogs that I give y'all. You will see tons more of the vloggy vlogs because I have so many that I am sitting on still. Like I said, y'all are living in last year. I do have some vlogs coming up that are like Disney trips and things of that nature, because your girl is an annual pass holder. So lots of Disney vlogs to come. And then just other little vlogs of other fun things happening. I really am not the type of girly to vlog just mundane activities, because that just isn't exciting to me. So I only really vlog things that are like eventful, like traveling, trips, things of that nature. And y'all will be seeing my cruise vlogs from my cruise coming up for my birthday, because we are doing another cruise. This time it's gonna be a little longer and it's gonna be so much fun. I can't wait for y'all to see. I can't wait to have my hair done. I can't wait to have my nails done. I mean, my nails are already done, but I can't wait to have all of that ready for y'all for that video, and for those videos rather, because it's probably gonna be another trip series. But thank you so much for tuning in. If this touched you in any way, please feel free to share a little bit about your story, or you know, chat with me in the comments. I will love to talk to you. But thank y'all for tuning in. I know this was chaotic because I'm a hot mess express, but I love y'all and I will see y'all in the next one. Mwah!